YouTube, Brandon from Zoid Industries here with this week's episode of ZI Weekly News, the channel weekly news segment where I cover science, sci-fi, gaming, channel updates, and more. With this little intro out of the way, let us get to the articles. This newly discovered dinosaur makes T-Rex look like a dwarf. Washington. A study proclaims a newly named species, the heavyweight champion of the dinosaurs, making the scary Tyrannosaurus Rex look like a munchkin. At 76 tons, or 69 metric tons, since the plant-eating behemoth is as heavy as a space shuttle. The dinosaur's fossils were found in southern Argentina in 2012. Researchers who examined and dated them said the long-necked creature was the biggest of a group of large dinosaurs called titanosaurs. There was one small part of the family that went crazy on size, said Diego Pol of Ejido for Uglio Paleontology Museum in Argentina. Co-author of the study published Tuesday in the Journal Proceedings of the Royal Society B. Researchers named the dinosaur Patagonian in Mayorum. And I thought some of the dinosaur names from before were hard to pronounce. After the Patagonia region where it was found, and the Greek word titan, which means large. The second name honors a ranch family that hosted the researchers. 6 fossils of the species were studied and dated to about 100 million years ago, based on ash found around them, Paul said. The dinosaur averaged 122 feet long, 57 meters, and was nearly 20 feet high, 6 meters, at the shoulder. It's lagging. I'm gonna pause here for a second. A cast of the dinosaur skeleton is already on display at the American Museum of Natural History. It's so big that the dinosaur's head sticks out into the hallway at the New York Museum. Legendary T-Rex and other meat eaters look like dwarfs when you put them against one of these giant titanosaurs, Paul said. It's like when you put an elephant by a lion. Scientists have known titanosaurs for a while, but this is a new species and even a new genus, which is a larger grouping. Another titanosaur called Argentinosaurus was previously thought to be the largest. I don't think they were scary at all. They were probably massive, big, slow-moving animals, getting up, walking around, trying to run. And it's really challenging for large animals. Well, the big question is, how did these dinosaurs get so big? Big Paul said. And researchers are still studying it, but it probably has to do with an explosion of flowering plants at the time. Along with a forest, it was like an all-you-can-eat pay for these dinosaurs, and they just got bigger. Or it's hard to argue this isn't a big deal. See what they did there? you know, when it concerns the probable largest land animal ever discovered, University of Maryland paleontologist Mr. Thomas Holtz, who wasn't part of the study, said in an email. Christy Curry Rogers, a paleontologist at Manchester College, who wasn't part of the study, praised the work as important. She said the fact that Titans and bones show signs that they haven't completed their growth means that these are even bigger dinosaurs. That there are even bigger dinosaurs out there to discover. And that concludes this article. On to the next. iPhone8 may automatically silence notification sounds when you are looking at the screen. Okay. The iPhone8 is widely reported to feature a front-facing 3D sensor which will enable face recognition and for automatic unlock, supposedly replacing the need for Touch ID entirely. Moreover, code references suggest that the news LED iPhone or OLED, I don't know, will be able to use that same sensor to enable even more sophisticated features like automatically silencing notification if the user is looking at the screen. I know how to pronounce the last name of this person. And that's Rambo. In relation to John Rambo? Yeah. Anyway, the first name is spelled Guiherme, Rambo, and references to the TLA Attention Awareness Observer class in the Home Pod compiled source last night. The existence of as yet unused code references in the HomePod firmware, which has already been the source of many discoveries, does not mean that the iPhone8 will definitely have a feature. Apple often puts smaller features late in the testing cycle. In this case, it seems that Apple is considering using the face detection depth sensors on the iPhone8 to contextually mute the sounds of notification banners when they come in if the phone detects it has the user's attention, i.e. the user is looking at the screen, and it silences the sound of an incoming notification as it can assume the user will see it on the screen. If this feature does ship, it will almost certainly be user configurable, so you can choose to always hear notification sounds if you prefer. It's a cool thing to think about, and highlights how new infrared sensors may be used for more than just biometric authentication. And that concludes this article. On to the next one. Rumored Galaxy Note 8 to have a pressure-sensitive screen. The Galaxy Note 8 will feature a pressure-sensitive screen. In industry sources said on Tuesday, noting how Samsung was recently able to commercialize a technology that's similar to Apple's Force Touch 3D Touch and provides a mobile display panel with the ability to identify different levels of pressure exerted on it by the user. South Korean company is Ilgen, or I'm guessing because I don't know. Display and Elk Corporation and are said to be providing Samsung with all the necessary components to implement this solution into its upcoming phablet. That's a good term. And though the largest phone maker in the world is understood to have designed the technology on its own and only opted to outsource parts manufacturing, the two firms also produced the components for another display technology that debuted with the Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus, thus allowing the two smartphones to provide a haptic feedback whenever their on-screen home buttons are pressed. The upcoming solution is said to be a more advanced version of that system, and though it's currently unclear whether all parts of the Galaxy Note8's display panel will be able to differentiate between multiple pressure levels. The successor to the ill-fated Galaxy Note 7 has been the subject of dozens of leaks and rumors in recent months, and virtually all major details about the phone have already been revealed by numerous industry sources. As the highly anticipated flagship is expected to ship with a 6.3-inch Super AMOLED panel that will essentially be a slightly larger version of the Infinity display found on the Galaxy S8 Plus. With this particular model also having a QHD resolution and an 18.5:9 aspect ratio, the US variant of the Galaxy Note8 should be powered by the Qualcomm-made Snapdragon 835 system on chip. Okay. Whereas the international one is said to incorporate Samsung's own Exynos A895. The device is rumored to come with at least 6 GB of RAM and 64 GB of internal storage. Those select Asian markets may also receive a model with 8 GB of RAM and up to 256 GB of storage. Or a flash memory expandable via micro SD card slot. Not fair. Oh well. Life's hardly fair. The Seoul-based original equipment manufacturer OEM previously confirmed that the Galaxy Note 8 is set to be officially revealed, on August 23rd, with several industry sources claiming that the handset will go on sale in South Korea September 15th, around a week before it becomes available in other markets. Okay. And that concludes this article. On to a channel update. So, yeah, as I stated last week in the channel update, a single episode that was obviously one of the shortest episodes of this that has come out to date. I have to carefully monitor my computer's heat level, so it doesn't overheat. So some videos may be delayed until this winter and fall, because then I can just use the computer as a heater. Yeah. Basically, during winter and fall, I can close my bedroom door and use the computer as a heater. But during the summer, one of the air conditioners is in my room, and it's like right behind you, so I have to leave my door open so the whole house stays cool. Now, recently, early mornings have been cooler, so that's basically when I'm recording this. I'm not even out of my pajamas yet. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I am going to be releasing videos tomorrow. And, things are getting back on track. The Let's Plays obviously going to continue. So, that pretty much concludes this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. See you on the battlefield.